Good morning, this is Sarah, your healthy carnivore in the UK, with her blood results. I have taken lots of screenshots and I'm going to share them with you. Now, if you are somebody who doesn't want to listen to my 5-minute intro on this video, I'm going to pop the time down at which I actually start talking about my blood work. Okay, so if you're someone that really doesn't want to hear about what I've been eating, why I've been eating it, and what I haven't been eating, skip to the part where I start talking about blood. I reckon about 5 minutes in, I'm going to start talking about that. I don't like to bore people. But if you're still here and you haven't now skipped, hi. Let's get cozy and have a little chat about my blood work. I live in the UK where people don't tend to get a lot of blood work done. I know over in the US and other countries you have to get regular blood work done as part of your healthcare plan or whatever. But in the UK, people only go to the doctor if they have something wrong with them. I don't have a great deal wrong with me. I was just not losing weight, and so I wanted to double check that everything was running perfectly so that I could see what was going on. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I am no authority whatsoever on health, nutrition or weight loss. I'm just an ordinary female in the UK who's nearly 48, who just wants to get her health and her weight and her shit together. So this is not a recommendation. This is not any guideline, or I'm not recommending anything to you. I'm just telling you what happened to me, and you can decide for yourself moving forward what you would like to do with yourself. I consider myself to be what is called a bit of a hyper carnivore. So sometimes I am primarily eating meat all the time, and sometimes I'm eating mostly meat, but with some treats thrown in. So it's safe to say that I am very much not following the guidelines from the government. So you would expect these blood results here to be awful. Okay, I ignore all guidelines from all the governments. I don't eat any fruit. I don't eat any veg. I don't eat nuts, seeds, pulses, whole grains. I don't consume any seed oils, which they say are heart healthy. I ignore that. Don't eat any seed oils. And for this year, I have been primarily dairy free as well, in pursuit of getting rid of my psoriasis, which worked. Okay, so I found Carnivore in 2014, but because of one reason or another, I haven't followed it perfectly. Perfectly? That's not how you pronounce it, but who cares? I'm very real. I'm very honest. I'm just a normal woman. If you want to go for someone more glamorous and more professional, there are other channels for that. I'm just an ordinary female, just reading her notes. So what do I eat? Not Eat Well plate, not food pyramid. I have had periods of between 3 and 6 months where I've eaten exclusively animal products, and at the moment, apart from my one tiny little blip yesterday, which my previous video talks about, this year I've been way more strict than normal. So I've eaten a lot of meat fat. I have had no seed oil. I've had no fruit, no veg, all those things that they tell you we should be eating. I haven't touched them. Okay, so without further ado, now is there anything else I wanted to talk about? If that isn't a definition of hypercarnivore, write it in the description. I am very, very interested in my followers and my subscribers. When a comment is put on, I read it and I take note of it. So if you have anything to say about what I've just said or what I'm about to say, please do. I'm very responsive. I love people helping me on my journey, and I will take all feedback, all suggestions on board and look into them no matter what. But please don't send me any science articles about a plant-based diet, because I'm not going to read that. If you want to know why I could never be vegan, I have another video on that which will explain it to you. I am going to show you this. I'm going to pop some screenshots now. I'm going to have to edit this, and hopefully I put the right screenshot in with the right chat, but we'll see. Anything can happen in my videos, as you know. So now the first thing I would like to say is my bone profile is absolutely normal. So I don't have brittle bones like the mother-in-law. Fantastic. this first thing is about serum, and it's all about my calcium and things like that to do with my bones. Perfect. Now, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, but creatinine, I think that's how you spell it, and electrolytes are all good. So I'm definitely taking care of my electrolytes really well. And sodium, that's in normal range. So I'm assuming that means my salt levels, so they're happy with that. The thing that was most interesting to me is what's coming up next, which is my serum ferritin. Now, briefly tell you about that. Somebody suggested I might be iron deficient, and that is where it says it. As you can see there, my doctor's range is saying that I should be 30 to 250. I don't know what UG/L means. Maybe you do. I don't really need to know what it means. All I can need to know is that it's low. The recommended range in the UK for that is 30 to 250. I'm 16, so I'm definitely under range on that. According to the Paul Mason chart, I'm very slightly in, but according to this chart, definitely low, which is why there's a exclamation mark. I'm not going to ring my doctor. I'm treating it myself because I don't do medication. I do sorting things out myself. If after 3 months I haven't sorted it out by myself, I'll consider what they have to say, but I'm going to get it sorted myself first. The next thing is about my cholesterol. And as you can see, everything in normal range. They do not want me back to talk about, it does say there, on statin therapy. I'm not on any statins. I don't know why it says that. I think that is just notes for the doctor. I think that should say if they are on statin therapy, because I am not on any medication. I don't know what that means. I think that is just a guideline for the doctor to work from. I think if you are on statins, there's a different guideline, and if you are, different guideline. Okay, so, but I do not take medication for anything, and now I've got rid of my psoriasis. I don't even take any creams anymore. I don't want anything that the pharmaceutical company has to offer me. Now we've got liver function, absolutely normal, no action, brilliant. I've got 10 UMOL there. Don't know what that means, but it says normal, so we'll move on. The next one is my thyroid. Very happy about that. I don't know much about these things, but the normal level for TSH is supposed to be between 0.35 and 4.94. I think, now please quote me if I'm wrong, if you know anything about thyroid and you got any answers on this, please pop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. But I think the fact that it's nearer to the top number is, I think I need the number lower. I don't know this for sure because I'm not a doctor, scientist or authority on this at all. But I believe that from the little bit of digging I've done on thyroid, the higher the number, the worse it is. I don't know. Please let me know if you know, because I'd love to hear. So I think I'd like to talk to the doctor about that maybe in a few months' time to check this. Vitamin D, normal, no action. That's great, because when you are obese or you're carrying extra weight, it's harder to get vitamin D in the normal range. I don't supplement, have not supplemented all year. I've only relied on the vitamin D from my food and from the sun. Okay, so absolutely right in the middle of the range there. 105 is dead on middle, so my immune system and everything that's required for vitamin D is perfect. The last one, I think this is the last page I need to talk to you about, so hopefully you're not too bored. Full blood count, all blood counts are good. I don't know what half of these things are, but the fact that it says no action, it makes me very happy. The bit that I was very interested in, though, is to double check that I am not in any risk for diabetes. If you look further down here, you will see my HbA1 is 37 mmol, which is in the correct range, which it does say here does not support diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. And I'm assuming it also means not pre-diabetic either. But judging by my fantastic blood levels, I don't think I am anywhere near pre-diabetic, which means my insulin's probably working really well. So all of this information does definitely point to the iron deficiency, because there's literally nothing else wrong with me. At the bottom of the page, not sure if I screenshot it, but it does say that I wasn't fasting. I did have breakfast before I left because they didn't tell me. Obviously, I only had bacon and eggs, and it was very fatty, so there was nothing in there that was going to shoot my blood up, the sugar up. And it also says at the bottom here, not sure if I screenshotted it, not on thyroid medication. Never will be if I carry on like this. So I am really happy with that, because there's no discrepancies there. There's nothing there that could tell me that anything's wrong apart from the iron, which I know I've said that word about 1,000,000 times. If you guys had £1 for every time I've said the word iron in the last month, you'd all be very rich and going to retire. I know it's boring, but this is me getting myself sorted out, and I sincerely hope moving forward that my channel will help people. I'm on a good iron supplement to sort that out. I will be getting my bloods taken again in about 3 months' time to see if I have, got everything perfect. Because then if I can get that up and I'm starting to lose weight, everything's perfect. And when you consider that I'm nearly 48 and my next major birthday is 50, and I used to be a severe sugar carb addict, I think these results are pretty cool. And it's definitely evidence that you can heal yourself eating a lot of meat. So you have to ask yourself, why do they not want us to eat it? The answer to that question is up to you. But I'm pretty happy. Don't think there's anything else I really want to say on this. I think I'll finish with one thing though, and I am going to do another video on this. If anyone's managed to get right to the end, I know that I do have a small handful of viewers that do manage to get right to the end of all my videos, and I'm so happy you're here, and I'm so grateful to you all. I used to get into arguments with vegans. I don't now. I don't interact with vegans now because I just cannot be bothered. I cannot be bothered because it all ends up in exactly the same conversation every single time, and it's boring for me, and I've wasted enough time arguing with these people. But one thing that a lot of vegans have said to me over the years, now you'll laugh at this because you know my story and you know that when it comes to the weight, that's not my forte. And I will tell a vegan, for example, that this is perfect and that's perfect, and I haven't got pre-diabetes anymore and blah blah blah, and they will always say the same thing: that only happened to you because you lost weight. You've only become in normal range in the blood sugars and insulin because you lost weight. Well, what if someone didn't lose weight and all these things just happened magically without any weight loss? So I am going to do a video on that probably soon, now that I've thought of it. And now that I've got these results, that gives me even more gumption to say, I weigh this. And in the last 9 years, I've pretty much the same weight, sadly. But my blood results are saying that things are good. I've managed to bring my blood sugars down from the 7s to the 6s and down to the 5s and now down to the 4s with no weight loss. So I ask you, did I have these health benefits because of weight loss, or did I have these health benefits because I just was a complete and utter meathead and loved my meat? That's up to you to decide. But I think this video has gone on long enough. I will upload this and look forward to hearing your comments. Unless you're vegan, it's probably not worth commenting because I will click the love heart, but I'm unlikely to respond. Okay. You have an amazing day. Eat your meat, drink your water, and love you all. Thanks. Bye.